Armed Services Chair Carl Levin, Ranking Panel Republican John McCain, and other key players on the committee have written Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and GOP Leader Mitch McConnell. The group calls for a bipartisan deficit reduction package to avoid the severe economic damage the islands and states face from automatic across-the-board spending cuts known as sequestration. Congresswoman Madeleine Bordallo and Congressman Greg Khalili-Sablan called the bipartisan letter encouraging. Lawmakers are now gone to campaign, but Bordallo says in a written statement that everything should be on the table. She says a bipartisan solution is needed that can gain support in the Senate and House to avoid sequestration. The Congresswoman says the results of sequestration would be disastrous for Guam and the entire country. The Congressional Budget Office has already warned that sequestration, combined with expiring tax breaks, could send a fragile economy back into recession, with even higher unemployment. The senators point out that the Aerospace Industries Association warns if automatic cuts occur in January, the nation would lose some 1 million jobs to defense cuts and 1 million to domestic cuts. Unsaid is that these cuts would come just as DoD may be completing a master plan for the military buildup in Guam, with training in the CNMI. The senators continue that Defense Secretary Leon Panetta predicts sequestration would leave the U.S. with its smallest ground force since 1940, smallest number of ships since 1915, and the smallest air force in U.S. history. But beyond defense, the islands and states would lose billions in federal education funding and special ed grants. Highway and health funding would get hit, and possibly some food assistance. Like the Pentagon, domestic programs would get socked with more than $50 billion in cuts next year alone. The Armed Services Senators urged leaders Reid and McConnell not to wait till a November lame duck Congress, but press the CBO and Joint Committee on Taxation to review bipartisan budget proposals now, so Congress will have that analysis ready as soon as it returns. On Capitol Hill, Matt Kay for PNC News.